Good day, my wonderful listeners. I bring to you the news. The headline: Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. End the unnecessary suffering in the East. The news in full. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now. End the unnecessary suffering in the East. Every Monday, we are forced to sit at home. People without jobs, our youth are suffering. They thought incarnating Nnamdi Kanu will solve the problem, but it has worsened it. The level of insecurity and suffering in the region at all times high. God is not happy. The Holy Spirit is not happy. Let the church leaders stand up and condemn evil. Father Ejike Mbaka speaking earlier this evening at Adoration Ground, Enugu. The excruciating hardship resulting from the bad shape of the nation's economy is terribly affecting the residents of Southeast region. Not many presidents can afford one, let alone 3 square meals a day. Survival in the Southeast today is very tough. Worst it are artisan and petty business operators. Many businesses have crumbled or been swindled to the extent that many have abandoned their own lines of businesses for new one. In some cases to a mania jobs in a bid to make ends meet. John Maduwuki, a resident of Owerri, Imo State, lamented that for the nearly 5 decades he has spent on earth, he has never had it so tough in terms of providing basic needs for his family. He said in the last 3 years he had difficulty coping with his life. Maduwuki, who now sells ice cream on a bicycle, explained that he resorted to this business as last option after being unable to fix his commercial boss. Another civil servant, Mr. Obiadi Christian, said he had to move from his family to his village, Ichida, in Anaocha local government area, where he could no longer cope with his house rent in the city. He said his children has also had to relocate to a public school in the village, as it is not possible to bring them to Oka daily. We also have Mr. Modetus Obiora, residing in Oka, said he had to become an artisan where urban authorities demolished his shop as he had no money to pay them for the shop. According to him, touts were collecting 200 naira daily from him until government decided to demolish the roadside shops. He said, and I quote, "I was just managing to feed myself and my family from the business. But when the shop was demolished, I started working at a construction site where I make average of 3,000 naira daily. My desire is to get a keke on hire purchase because the construction work is seriously affecting my health." Also, a organizer in Ebonyi State, Midian Ujoku Nweze, described the situation he is going through as a terrible one. He explained that his customers find it difficult to pay any agreed price for work done because of the economic hardship. He said, and I quote, "What we are passing through is terrible. I am a organizer. The level of patronage is not as it used to be before now. Another thing is that those people coming to pump or repair the tires are always negotiating for low prices. In fact, some of them would prefer I do a free job for them. If I do that, how will I feed my family? And also, there are levies to be paid here and there. The whole situation is frustrating. Something has to be done drastically to improve the situation in the Southeast." A civil servant in Ebonyi State local government system who doesn't want his name to imprint stated that his low income has made it difficult for him to take care of his needs and the needs of the family. "I am a civil servant. My salary is very low compared to my grade level and my academic qualification. With high cost of food and other commodities, we are finding it hard to survive. Once we collect our salaries, for instance today, it will not take more than an hour, everything is gone. Debts are everywhere, children's school fees and begging for attention. Food is another key challenge for parents. The economy doesn't favor us." A father of 9 children, Fidelis Njoga from Ovoko of Igweze South local government area of Enugu State. The harsh economic situation in the country is biting harder daily than feeding his family has never been as hard as it is now. Njoga, who pleaded with the local government to caution the negative effects of harsh economic situation in the country, lamented that if the situation is allowed to continue, it may trigger humanitarian crisis in the country. He said, and I quote, "Life is really hard in Nigeria now. I want government to help those who doesn't have anything doing in this country. I am not a civil servant or a businessman. I feed my family of 9 children by doing menial jobs. We survive by the grace of God. Sometimes we go to bed on empty stomach if I didn't get any job to do," he said. Also, a retired primary school teacher, Samson Ogbu, while lamenting the effect of harsh economic situation in the country, said he has not been paid his pension since last year September, which he said affecting him and his family adversely. He said, "It is really a very hard time for every Igbo man. I still find something doing to feed my family. If Nigerians would survive this situation, the Igbo would be the first because of our innovative spirit," Ogbu said. Another 67-year-old man of 5 said he engaged in poultry and other subsistence agriculture to put food on his family's table. A resident in Umuaha, Abia State, has also narrated particular stories of how they are struggling to survive the biting economic hardship in the country. Those who spoke agreed that, but for God's grace, eating 3 square meals would have been a mirage. Mr. Chibuke Chilaka, a 37-year-old automobile electrician with workshop on Niger Road, said the economic downturn has dashed his hope of getting married anytime soon. For Chilaka, hellfire may not be worse than present-day Nigeria, as survival has become extremely difficult thing. According to him, he hardly makes enough survive, not to talk of saving to get married. The poor economy, he lamented, has frustrated his plans to rent his own apartment as he operates from his father's house. Father Ejike Mbaka, speaking earlier this evening at Adoration Ground, said the federal government should release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu now and end the unnecessary suffering in the East. He also further said that every Monday they are forced to sit at home, people without jobs, their youth are suffering. They thought incarnating Nnamdi Kanu will solve the problem, but it has worsened it. The level of insecurity and suffering in the region is high all times. And he also further said, God is not happy, the Holy Spirit is not happy. He also advised the church leaders to arise and stand and condemn the evil that has befallen them. Father Mbaka also said the people and their youth are suffering, that they are forced to sit down at home. Every Monday, people are without jobs, and it's very hard for them to live.